Things went rather swimmingly last session as our group got together and were able to move forward through this, library, get some information from books from people. People got information for things, don't really know much about it, wasn't there for it, but, you know, information was given at the books, and then we were given the assignment to go take care of this cult thing, which apparently has, like, killer golems or some such thing, never sure. But in any case, though, we decided to take this upon ourselves for whatever reason to do this, and before leaving off, we decided to spend a night at the inn to make sure we left fresh and chipper. There we met some interesting characters. The lovely Binky found this weird nightman who apparently had some sort of issues with his life. Something about... Oh, I'm not sure. What was it? Scenarios of... moving about with depression and bad things he did in the military, something like that. And Binky gave him some good advice, though, made his life better. As I said she would, obviously she's a very intelligent person. But, after that, we also had a slapping contest, which Binky just beat the living hell out of this poor bastard, which I think was just marvelous. Won me some gold. The others went to go do some things with repairing things. We all had chats and drinks, and we all shared interesting facts about ourselves. It's a good time all around, really. But then we woke up in the morning, got ourselves together. Oh, that one crazy little priest lady's coming with us. Apparently she's running away from home or some such thing, and we thought, hey, why not bring her on this death-defying deadly mission? I'm sure nothing could go wrong. But she gathered some tents for everyone, gathered themselves together, and with Princess in the cart, we are now making our way off to these journeys. Oh, I also told the party who I really am, because disguising myself as Binky's grandfather for the next 7 days was just not going to do. But, what ho an adventure awaits! There you go, Storm. I think I got the majority.
You can take inspiration.
Yee. I can use that for shenanigans.
Alright. As you all make your way along the roads, the cathedral slowly disappearing in the distance as you make your way down the dirt path. You make your way along for a few hours, passing by a few other people who had eventually decided to make their way along the road to head towards the Cathedral of Chast themselves. You see other kind of villages or other individuals who have their own means to and desires to perhaps visit the cathedral. After those few hours, we find an elderly couple. An older gentleman, kind of short graying white hair, and besides him, he seems to be riding alongside a donkey that's kind of pulling a small wagon. In the wagon, there sits a older woman who seems to be about the same age, both of Falcon ethnicity. She has her kind of gray hair tied up in a ponytail, and she seems to be kind of laying against this burlap sack, kind of resting for a moment. As he kind of starts riding towards you all, he kind of gives you all a solemn smile. Good morning.
And they were just along the road?
Yeah, they're making their way like you're heading away from the cathedral. They're making their way to the cathedral.
Hmm. Okay. And we're walking?
Yeah, you're
You guys are.
walking for the
Binky
most
and
part.
Tim are on the cart.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Um. Okay. I like to imagine then. I imagine that the scenery is sort of misleading. Like we're not quite in the woods yet, per se.
You're just on the so you've got woods either side of you. It's a lot more open than what this image suggests. More of an
Okay.
open road. But there's forests either side of you. And
And we're just outside of the boundaries of the cathedral. Not exactly the city, though, correct?
yeah, there's like it's yeah.
Okay. Well, it's as simple as he had said. What did the old man say to us? Just a little greeting.
Yeah, just a little greeting.
Hmm.
Anyone who would like to can roll me a perception check.
Sure.
Ooh, we started off
Uh,
strong today, guys. Double twos.
We are 20.
And if you haven't long rested yet,
Period.
you can take your long rest as well.
Period. Okay. Someone do away with that old fucking token.
That's up the storm.
That's good. Oh, that's because of your character art. I can
Yeah,
change
that's the
that.
character art that's changed, not the token. The token's proper now. At least until Zaku
Yeah.
finishes the Tim Tim art, which he's begun on, so, yay!
Period. Yay.
He looks so handsome.
I doubt that.
I'll be the judge of that.
I'm a hater on this man already. I'm sorry. His fucking boots.
Well, don't worry, the boots
Shather-
aren't actually official part of his art. That's just the art I had.
Too bad. He's been judged already.
Shather and Angel, you're not really paying too much attention to the wagon and the woman in the cart. Tim, considering you have a wagon of your own, and you're a little bit more perceptive beyond the individual who's within the cart, who's leading the wagon, sorry. You see that the woman appears to not be doing too well. She seems a little worse for wear. You're not exactly sure what exactly it is, but she seems to be sweating just a little bit. She doesn't look in the most comfortable position. But
God, yeah, so Tim looks over, I guess, at the sweating, not so well woman, and he'll just lean in the Binky and go, Binky, does that woman look a little ill to you?
Big you'll look.
you can roll me a perception check. Can't really tell from the distance so far.
I'm not sure, but your eyes have always been pretty good. Maybe you should get a little closer and take a look.
I mean, if they're sick, we don't want to, contract anything.
But what if they need help?
I mean, Binky, you're wonderful and all, but are you trained in the medical profession?
I mean, science, medicine, it's basically the same thing.
But yes, but there's a difference between healing the body and blowing it up with gunpowder, Binky.
I'm sure I could figure it out. Hiya! She'll take the reins and slap him. Hey! Over there!
Hello.
Angel will
Are you
sidestep
alright?
the moving cart.
Yes, I'm doing all right. Just making our way to the cathedral.
Yeah, your sister, wife, girlfriend, the female.
Oh, my wife.
Oh, is she doing all right? I mean, she looks a little under the weather.
He looks at your group and then looks back at at the woman in the cart. She's been stricken with a disease. She's suddenly been blinded. Not sure what or how it happened, but it's been a recent development, and I think her condition might be getting a little worse. So, I've decided that to come to the cathedral after the clerics in Stuttergate weren't able to kind of deal with her condition. My name's Moram Haslan, by the way. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Charmed.
Spelling, please.
Moram.
Yes.
Imagine Binky asks the question, is just writing it in a notebook at this point.
Juju just bursts in through the fourth wall.
So true.
And then for my surname, it's
Shut up!
Haslan.
So, when was she afflicted?
S-H-S-S-A-N? Oh.
There you go.
When was she afflicted?
About 2 weeks ago.
Huh. Well, I mean, I'm rather well read. I could take her a little quick over to make sure that this trip is worth it.
Binky, you
Sure.
literally know nothing of medicine.
She hops on off and approaches.
Perhaps the person who might know something about medicine should take a peek. And
I know
is
a little something.
presumably immune to disease. Binky's just gonna grab. Tim's just going to grab Binky and turn her. Mr. Robot Man, perhaps you should take a look.
I can offer assistance.
No. Let him do his job.
I can try. I didn't exactly prepare any detecting poison spells today, but he will walk over and take a look at her.
Roll me a medicine check.
I'm great at these.
Holy hell today, guys.
I could have gave advantage. No.
You have proficiency with medicine?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh,
Why?
Um,
Show me your wisdom score right now.
Looking over the woman's condition, she does not. It's hard to say, other than kind of the sweats, beads, kind of rolling off of her face. You can't really tell much more than that. Like, it seems like a fever that she's in, but
does it seem like anything that, say, a cure wounds could deal with?
cure wounds will not help.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not exactly used to dealing with. Are these humans?
Yeah.
Human folk.
Oh, it's all right. I didn't expect the priests at the town weren't able to help, so I figured perhaps roaming travelers might not be too much of a help either. I appreciate the help, though. I could take a look. I'm from the cathedral.
My word, I forgot you
Oh.
were here. Go for it.
That's kind of rude. She'll walk.
Tintin. you have to
Look this
apologize
off.
later.
Do you mind if I touch? Go right ahead if you. Alright. She'll begin inspecting the woman and kind of, looks at her over her condition, kind of slowly opens her eyelid, and then closes it again. Her eyes are almost milky white and the borders are black. I've never really seen something like this before.
Perhaps,
Go
perhaps
ahead.
it's not from this plane. Always a possibility.
That could be a possibility considering the location. Have you come into contact with anything strange? It would happened when she went out foraging, for some vegetables and wild greens. Perhaps it could have happened then. She didn't wander too far from our home.
And where exactly is your home?
It's near the town of Stuttergate, north of when you reach the fork in the road, further west. It's decent distance away. Been traveling for some time, but we've had rations, and we folk that were venturing along with us, we had happened to traveled with them until the fork in the road, and they went south.
Looking at them from a distance, since I can't get close, I'm being held back. Does it look like it? Can I sense any sort of magic radiating off of the woman?
Roll me. You'd have to get a little closer.
She's gonna try to yank free and bolt towards the cart.
I mean, he's not holding you at like an 80-foot pace. He just didn't want you like up in the face of a sickly woman that might be contagious.
Oh, how close did he let her get?
I don't know, you're probably like 10 feet away.
Yeah, you can roll an Arcana check from there.
Okay.
Like, honestly, I don't think he would have been able to stop you earlier than that.
Seems to be some sort of magical affliction. There's something there that seems beyond just a regular disease.
Ooh. Oh, Tim, I think this might be something I can help with.
How so?
I detect magic.
Do you have a way of dispelling it, Binky? You do not, Nikki.
As of right now, no, but I could maybe find out a little more specific. Tongue twister. Specifics if I looked a little closer.
I suppose if it's magic, it's probably not contagious. Here, just put this on. He's gonna wrap like a handkerchief around your nose, doctor style.
She'll let it happen.
Okay, if you must, but be careful.
She'll hop on over.
Excuse me, do you mind if I give you a little closer look over?
He seems a little concerned looking over the two and considering she was being held back.
I just was worried it was contagious.
No, I've been traveling with her for some time. I've not caught anything, so I don't believe it's contagious. Unless I am somehow immune to it.
Well, it does happen.
Oh, it's
Indeed.
delayed.
that possibly as well, but it's been 2 weeks.
I can never be too sure. But
I'm gonna take your lack of answer as a yes, and she's gonna put her hand on the woman and cast detect magic.
Okay.
Posting it there, I guess.
You sense some sort of enchantment, magic, and a bit of necromancy as well.
Yep, that's enchantment, that's necromancy.
There's like this pink and black aura. It's mostly pink, and there's a bit of black seeped in, but it's just kind of radiating from the woman's eyes.
does this look at all familiar to me?
Roll me a nature check.
That place they said they were from, is that in the direction we're going?
Kinda. It's away. Like, you reach the fork in the road and you start heading away from the town.
Okay, so it's not like he was just making sure this didn't have these cult shenanigans attached to it.
What was
No,
the name
it's
of the? Oh, the town.
Stuttergate.
Oh, right.
Roll.
Funky place.
And that 20. This does seem familiar to you, Angel. This seems Fey-like. Some sort of hex or curse. Similar to things that you've dealt with a little bit in the past. Not quite exactly the same, but you get the general gist that it's very, very similar.
You said you got this while you were foraging, right?
She did, yes.
In a place that you were familiar with, or was this new ground?
It's familiar. She hadn't foraged there in a little bit, but she had in a few months prior.
Anything changed since then?
Not particularly. Not that we've noticed, but we're not exactly in the age to be too aware of such things.
Lack of awareness in the wilderness will get you killed, Chad.
We're fairly close to the town, and the area around is scouted by the scouts of the town. Making sure that we're safe and all. We have a good kind of little trade going on with the residents. We just wanted to keep to ourselves.
He smirks and will also approach, but not at the same closeness as Binky is. And taking a quick once over, particularly at her eyes. His eyes almost brighten. The holes in his mask brighten a little bit, almost in clarity before dimming back to their usual glow. And he just says, well, whatever it might be, pretty sure you might have pissed off some Fae.
I don't know what we would have been done that could have perhaps done that.
The Fae are very fickle creatures, to say the least. Could have been as simple as stepping on one's favorite flower. So, then the question flips on its head. You might be more familiar with the area, but was there anything unfamiliar? Really rack your head around that.
She did say that, she did end up picking some herbs that were unfamiliar. I haven't really seen them before, and kind of happened after then. We thought maybe it was those plants, but we had disposed of them.
What'd they look like?
They were kind of this very vibrant pink flower, with kind of like this black center. The stem itself was kind of it was strange. It had this red kind of vein like kind of pattern going up the stem.
Would I know anything about this?
No, you would not.
Would I?
Roll me a nature check at disadvantage.
Wah. Wah. Okay. A 12.
No, this is not something you're familiar with.
Well, Angel will smile and clap the man on the shoulder lightly, and he just says, "Well, congratulations, picking something that you're not very familiar with, and you're not dead. That's a pretty good deal."
We made sure that she took extra precautions. She's quite familiar with herbs, but I guess perhaps this was not the case. It didn't seem dangerous.
If she's familiar, why'd she pick things that are not what you usually get?
She said it reminded her of our daughter.
Aw.
Thinking about it, even though she isn't able to determine what it is, would Binky know any particular reason that Faye might be testy about certain plants?
Don't know why I did that in the voice.
DM mode.
It's hard to say. You don't. It's not really a plant that you've kind of heard before. It's. I'd say no.
She's thinking more just like on Faye behavior. Like, why is there any particular reason they might get upset over someone taking a plant if there's probably multiple of it?
Roll me a nature check.
I'll help.
Okie
No help. You can make your own.
Oh, okay.
Can't really help with knowledge. You know, with investigation, that's like the only int skill you can kind of help with.
So the way I kind of see it is it's sort of like brainstorming together.
I guess.
Because any questions regarding the Fae, Angel would answer pretty easily.
I guess if you're openly brainstorming, then yeah, that's fine. I'll take the fifth. What is this? You modify 6, so 21. Okay. Binky, you would perhaps know, and with Angel's help, just kind of brainstorming together with your knowledge of the Fae, picking perhaps a flower that is maybe cultivated by a Fae creature, and they have particular interest to it, they might be concerned about that, and would probably take to playing a prank, putting a hex or a curse on someone who had disrupted their little even though it's within it's a forest that is welcome to anyone, and perhaps they may have not claimed territory to it, Fae are very fickle, and they definitely will just say, "Hey, this is my flower. Don't touch it, even though it's free world. This is my flower," and then yeah,
She
result
holds
in
her chin thoughtfully and looks at Angel.
Would you say that they'd act that way with just any normal flower, or specifically flowers with certain attributes to them or effects?
If you want the real answer, it's both, but more likely for the second.
Don't suppose it was a dryad by any chance?
we
never
never
could be.
caught what did it.
Either way, we find ourselves at a rather simple situation. Your wife was poisoned with a flower that we don't have more of, that was disposed of, that has specific magical properties not belonging to this plane, meaning that it's unlikely for it to be fixed. Unless you start heading back over there and get some more, you might as well be dead walking.
Your bedside manner is amazing.
Right?
Don't listen to him. You're not too far away from the cathedral. It's just another few hours. I'm sure that if it's a curse, it's something that can be dealt with. They'll be able to help.
Look, I'd say if you haven't died already, it's at least not a deadly curse.
I sure hope not. Her condition has been worsening.
Well, I don't think the Fae would really put a deadly curse on you. I mean, they might put a curse on you that turns you into a cow, but at least you're alive.
I did heard of one being turned into an ass once.
The Fae don't really... Everything that they do is playful. What they don't understand is that a lot of things cannot survive their playfulness.
Well, depending on the Fae, there's less playful Fae, more hideous monster eat your children sort of Fae.
Also, before you head off, though, what was the direction that you found these things in?
It was near about half an hour away from our cottage. It's in the town of Stuttergate. Yeah, any goes to
Tim just like, I think we don't need to know the exact location.
No, I think we do, actually.
Her eyes are very dilated right now.
Please, write down where it was.
yeah, and he'll kind of go towards the wagon and pull out a kind of map case of the region.
For the love of here, Tim just takes out his map. Just put a circle.
Yes.
Who would have figured all the maps I bought just because I was flush with cash would come in handy so quickly?
Right?
So, you guys have just traveled away from LM. You're basically in the first grid to the like the purple line to the left. Where my mouse pointer is where their cottage.
So,
Yes.
and we're heading towards like.
You're heading down, like
Yeah, so it's
you're
in the
heading
complete
like across
opposite
the road.
direction that we need to go.
Yeah.
How long of a travel does that seem?
4 days by the looks of that map.
From the fork, I guess, well, from the fork of where you guys need to be going, it'll be an additional 4 days to just get there.
And then 4 days on the way back, so 8 days total.
Anyone want to take a detour?
Binky, that's over a week out of our way. Maybe on the way back we could do it, but not the way there.
Well, I guess it is a plant. Not like it's going anywhere.
This probably only get bigger, honestly, once we get back.
That is true.
I'll say like the dilation of her pupil starts to settle down.
Well, thank you all for your insight. It's been very helpful. It definitely has made me worry a little bit less. Only a little.
Well, I mean, you are dealing with possible Fae. I mean, that's never a great thing.
No, it isn't. Considering the state of the town and why we moved away in the first place, yes.
Wait, what?
Oh, no, you don't know about Stuttergate? The town, their doors don't exactly work properly within that town. They say long ago it was cursed by Fae, and, any doorways made, just end up potentially in another building. So you could be walking
strange
into the
place.
tavern and end up in the general store.
It must be very embarrassing when you're going to the bathroom.
There's been methods in place in trying to, like, I suppose, map out and put a, I guess, more accurate direction into which doors go where. Some are random, some are always to a fixed location. But the towners folk have seemingly used it as a bit of a tourist attraction for those who are wandering through, so they're well accustomed to it and don't seem to want things to change.
Well,
It's quite a bother to us, so we moved out of the town. What were you gonna say, Heath?
well, I mean, that's sort of how those things go, and I'm just imagining this is how their building works. Just Scooby-Doo,
Yep.
one door in, out the other random door.
Yep.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, we just need a talking dog, and
It's,
I guess we got a
it's
fox,
definitely
actually.
not fun when you want some privacy.
I imagine. In any case, that's what we can worry about later, I suppose. Any case, a good journey to you, my good fellow, and I hope you and your wife get better. Your wife gets better.
Thank you. Good luck on your journey, whatever you're doing.
Of course.
We're gonna stop a cult.
Oh,
Pinky, we probably shouldn't just be shouting that to everyone.
Oh,
Especially
why?
since...
Isn't that a good thing?
Well, yes, but what happens at the heart of the cult?
Are you part of a cult?
She squints at them.
not to my knowledge.
Insight
I'm gonna
check.
insight that.
Go ahead.
Two very different people.
They seem to be telling the truth.
All right. Well, just make sure you don't go joining any in the future, okay? Or we might have to stop ya.
We didn't plan on doing so.
I mean, these things sort of just happen sometimes, right?
You just end up joining a cult sometimes?
Or forming one,
Yeah.
but yes.
Nods.
I suppose.
Hey guys, should we make our own cult? That actually sounds like a lot of fun.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, you're
Why
right.
You know, like when a
It's,
cult-
it's only worth becoming a religion so you get the tax exemption.
She frowns
I've
at
already
that.
got enough goddesses to worship.
I mean, we don't have to worship a god. We can worship a thing like friendship.
Oh, we could be the ones worshipped.
Well, I mean, I've already
Or
had
that.
that, but you know.
That is true.
Anyways, we ought to be getting on our way.
Of course. Yeah, giddy up, princess. Goodbye, fellow travelers.
He waves you off and continues along down the road again.
Really hope he doesn't break a hip on his way there. At that age, the
Oh,
worst
my
things can
hip!
happen. Yeah, just... Tim uses mage hand, trips him.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we had to leave him for dead. Let's go.
Now you're
Travel-
speaking my language.
You travel for a few more hours, making your way down the road. Forests open up to plains and a kind of lake along the north side as you travel along. Eventually, you come across two individuals that look to be in kind of priestly attire. As you make your way down, you come across two sisters of the Cathedral of Chas. One of them appears to be quite young. She is 5'1", she has silver white hair, blue, almost purple eyes, and wears a sort of flowery white and black cottage dress with black diamond stockings and black and white gloves with bows on them. She has tassels from her outfit that look like bear paws, and she wields a small crystal scepter. Krona's symbol is embedded in the center of the white flower bow in her hair, and she wears Lyphela's symbol around her neck. And I will go show her art. Besides her, there is a taller woman, about mid-20s. She seems to be of Falcon/Huron descent. 5'7", gray silver hair, orange eyes. She wears a black and white priestess mitre, similar color of a white and peach dress, with a dangling tassel piece over her chest. Apricity, are you in the bag? Like, sleeping?
I would imagine that I'm like in a lap, like if Thea's just like chilling, I'm like if she's sitting down, I'm in lap. If she's standing and moving, I'm in bag as a rule.
So are you in bag with head peeking out bag, or in bag fully?
No, like if Thea's sitting down, I'll be in her lap. Like if
Well, you
we're
guys are
in
traveling on the
carriage-
road. I guess that comes to if the Binky and
Is it big enough?
I mean, it is a
I don't know.
full-blown cart. Like, there's more than enough room for at least one person. They'd just be sitting in the back.
With
yeah.
all the rats.
Yeah.
Then like either way, I'm head peeking out or in lap or like maybe even like draped over shoulder. Like so, I'm sleeping somewhere,
Okay.
and I'm probably visible in case I hear anything like interesting, like you know the dog senses, like
Yeah. Okay. So the other woman has a symbol of Lyphela on her mitre, and she wears a customized mask of Shinsei hanging by her. Over the tassel piece, it seems to have script written in Shuren. I will show her art.
what does the script say, Storm?
The script says one good deed a day.
University will open one eye through like a sleepy laze, read it out loud, or not out loud, but like read it, and then say in the head of everyone around her, one good deed a day, huh?
Wait,
Only
what?
one.
As you all kind of like meet closer towards 30 feet, Alyssa kind of gets a little happy and waves over at the two of them. Oh, Hello. Are you all coming back from your pilgrimage? The taller woman seems to be gives her kind of a short wave. Yes. We were just attending to the bugs at Empress Port. Seems like you have an entourage. Are you going on your own pilgrimage of sorts? I suppose. These are my friends. Kind
We're
of
gonna
gestures.
take down a cult.
But again, Binky!
What? They're from the church.
Well, I know.
Don't take
but-
too much before you speak, don't you, Shay?
No.
Alright.
Yeah, Binky's always been brutally honest.
I like to think it's one of
honest-
my better qualities.
It is one of your more
Yeah,
charming
one of-
ones.
Your better qualities could end up with one of our travelers being a bit bloodier than I prefer.
She gives slow blink of confusion.
He's referring that if you say that to the wrong person, it might lead to a fight that they try to kill us and we might have to hurt someone.
Oh.
In any case, Sister Morkala and Sister Lanternette are completely fine. They're part of the cathedral. Sorry. Yes, introductions. This is Sister Ria Morkala, and she points towards the older one. And this is Sister Maybelle Lanternette.
Charmed.
Hello. The younger one kind of gives a little wave.
I do a little... How old is she? Like 14, 13? Like, what are we looking at?
From what you can
I'll be
tell,
right back
she
really quick.
looks to be 14, 15, around that age.
Aren't you a little young to go on these things? I mean,
I am, but I'm quite capable.
he looks back over at the other one. I thought your whole sister was like, you shouldn't be on it because you're too young, and they send out... She's clearly younger than you, right? Am I crazy?
I was about this young before I started adventuring.
Alyssa looks over and kind of just
Okay, back. Sorry.
No worries.
gives
back.
this kind of defeated look. It's not about young, like how young you are. I came to the cathedral at only a few years ago. Sister Lanternette has been at the cathedral since she was very, very young. So, quite frankly, she has had more experience in it than I have, and weirdly enough, is my senior. So that's great.
That's embarrassing.
Thanks for pointing it out.
Not at all.
She
Doesn't
just
compare seem to have more potential than your typical age might be.
looks even more defeated and hangs her head.
This group's so mean.
That's funny. Angel isn't even trying.
There's
with Binky, same
Binky.
with
That's
Binky.
you guys just accidentally jerks at Tim. Tim's just like, Jesus, you two. Learn some decorum. Or if you're gonna be mean, at least intentionally be mean.
The younger girl kind
You
of,
can't do great things.
the younger girl
That's what I
looks
said.
over towards Alyssa and's like, "It's okay. One day you'll be as good as me. Doesn't help."
I mean, what what sort of difference? Like, what is she able to like do miracles or something? It's like, what's the criteria here?
Sister Morkala speaks up. Strangely enough, yes, she's a prodigy.
Oh, hot time.
When I had found her, when she was younger, she was orphaned because of the war. Her parents had given up their lives to save her, and given up a tome, a relic tome that they had possessed. Just for her life. So he has the ability to kind of manipulate time in a sense, and mainly for wounds, she can reverse the effects of wounds and sickness and almost clear you of any side effects that would linger.
My word, does it have a
Hmm.
time limit?
A little bit. She
Or-
can't heal wounds that are longing, lasting effects and scars as such that have been more than, I suppose, 2 weeks. But at the
Just
moment,
missed it.
Why?
There's an elderly couple down the road. Oh, maybe it was the 2 week frame. There's an elderly couple, blind woman dying or something for fake her. So you sound like the person that might want to look at that.
Oh, well, when we what, you just passed them not too long ago?
Yeah, it couldn't have been more than a couple hours. Less?
Very well. I'm sure the sisters in the cathedral could also help, but if Miss Maybell is also able to get there, she might be able to help with the afflictions that might linger. Well, certainly helpful to know. You said you were all dealing with a cult.
Missions and all that. Your head, what priestess is it? Mother Superior? I don't know the word.
Head.
Are you part of a cult?
Oh, they are part of a
No.
religion. It's a very small difference.
And I was about unintentionally being a jerk.
I wouldn't call religion a cult.
I mean, the tax exemption is a thing. I agree.
What is with you and taxes?
I don't
He
like.
likes money.
Really?
Don't we all?
I mean, to be fair, I just like to use it to keep score. But yes.
She just gives a tisk. Was this happening to deal with the disturbances in the Deep Heart Woods, perhaps?
Yeah, that would be them.
I heard a little bit about them on Travelers By. Some individuals have been hurt by them. We were thinking about investigating after we'd headed to the cathedral, but it seems like they've already sent you all to deal with it.
Indeed.
People, they met yesterday.
Which just shows how competent
Period.
we must be.
Alyssa kind of, Mokala gives you all a strange look, and then Alyssa walks up and kind of whispers into her ear, and then Mokala nods. Ah, that makes sense. Well, if you're all are the individuals that as the cathedral have been preparing for, then I suppose the cult might have something to keep an eye out for then.
Thank you for the vote of confidence.
We've been kind of expecting you all.
Have you found out if they're actually doing anything bad? I mean, yes, people are getting hurt, but that's from the golems or something, right?
People have been threatened, chased away. We've helped with a few injuries, but I think the golem's a part of it. From what I've gathered, whatever they're doing is creating these golems, and they're just kind of leaving them around, potentially.
Hmm.
And those golems are injuring those who are coming near and otherwise unsuspecting.
So it's carelessness rather than evil.
Perhaps. We haven't really been able to gather much detail about it. I was going to head to the cathedral and get more information before heading there, but seems like that's probably not the case anymore. Just from what I've gathered from people passing by, it doesn't seem anything nefarious. But that can change. I don't have details about what the cult is actually doing, what they're using the golems for, and why they're terraforming the area.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll be able to figure it all out. We're very good judges of people.
Cultists.
I mean, are they doing anything that's actually bad?
No, you called the both of us. You. Never mind.
Me, that player's also lost.
You referred to them as cultists earlier in the conversation.
I asked if they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically it was Tim who straight up said that they're no different than cultists.
No, I just said there's
Yeah.
very little difference between cultists and religious people.
It's still like kind of inferring that they could possibly be cultists.
True.
Insight check.
Roll me an insight. Seem to be telling the truth.
So they are
could be
cultists.
And
cultists.
they could be cultists.
Suspicious squinting.
Why are you squinting at my sisters like that?
Are they your sisters? Are they?
Well, yes and no. Not by blood, but by order, I suppose.
You order your
What
sister.
are they?
No, but you know what I mean.
I think Binky thinks they might be in disguise.
I don't. She then looks at them.
Now we have her paranoid.
We're not in a disguise, sister.
That is what someone in disguise would say. I would know.
I
That
knew
is
you were
very
going to say
true.
that. Perhaps would you like me to cure one of your wounds for you and prove that it is me? Not many people can do what I do.
I think
I
we
don't
should
think
just
any of
both
us are hurt.
sidestep each other and keep moving on.
What was that, Angel?
I think we should both sidestep each other and keep moving on.
Yeah, probably for the best. We are getting rather sidetracked.
Well,
Wonder why.
We'll all do that a lot.
It was good to see you both. It was good to see you too. Safe travels. They both nod and continue along their way.
Come on, princess. Let's get going. This is a very busy road.
I mean, it is the
I
only
know.
road to the
I know.
cathedral.
That's pink. Tim's just.
You've seen a bunch of other people making their way there.
Yeah, I figured.
It just a bunch of no names, nothing important.
Must-
As you
I guess-
continue along, go ahead.
Before they move along, Angel would kind of, before he passes by, he would put a cursory hand on Mabel's shoulder before pulling it back.
Yes.
You said, what was that time limit on your ability again?
2 weeks.
Was it always that long? Can it change?
Well, it's gradually gotten longer.
Well, in the event
Yes.
that you happen to outpace about, give or take 6 months, you let me know.
It took me many years to get the 2 weeks.
So it's probably sort of thing. By the time you get to several years have passed. It becomes this compounding problem.
Angel will just nod along and smile, and he just says, "Thank you for your help."
It's okay. I hope you all have a good travel.
You as well, Shy.
She smiles. Continue on.
Yes.
Light soon becomes dusk, as it is time to settle for the evening. You all are free to spend the next few hours doing downtime, RP, and setting up for camp.
Tim starts setting up his tent. He takes out the sleeping bags, puts them together.
Doing a quick search of the area, is there any like plants or anything else that look like it could be useful?
Let's see. Oops, I didn't mean to roll that. I need to check your supplies. Roll me a perception check.
Perception.
Also, what's it called?
Mm.
Oh, just making sure I read this correctly. Angel's going to alarm everybody that he's going to set up a perimeter around where they'll be sleeping.
Find a kind of spot away from the main road, not too far away, but like just distance out of the, so you're not being bothered by those who are making their way along the trail in the evening or at night. Kind of start settling down for the evening. Binky, looking around, you're not quite able to find much of any herbs or anything that could be useful.
All right, I guess then, with what we talked about, am I just kind of winging it then with my little downtime stuff?
You'll need to get resources for that, so you might need to indulge in the efforts of others who might help you.
Tam!
Yes.
Do you see anything that looks interesting? Or have anything interesting on you? Or see anything interesting on other people?
I mean, it's a very broad word, Binky. The interesting could mean any sort of thing. Anything specific?
Magical, medicinal, just something.
I suppose I could take a peek? Just a perception check or nature check?
Roll me a perception.
Investigation.
If it was investigation, I would have done better. Oh no.
No, can't say I see much.
Huh. Have anything interesting on you?
Well, I mean the normal stuff, Binky. I mean, anything specific you're looking for?
Are we
something?
Are we
Oh, sorry, go
settling
ahead.
in? No. Sorry, I interrupted. Are we settling in for like the evening?
Yes.
A person is going to find Tim. Is that your name?
Yeah, it's Tim.
Yeah. Okay. And just sit in front of him and stare for a moment,
Oh my god, she's walking?
expectantly.
Yes, may I help you?
Hello, mortal. I'm prepared to make you a trade.
Or
Well, that's interesting. What do you have in mind?
Well, there is something of you that I want, and I am prepared to offer you something that you may yet want of me. Can you think of anything that comes to mind?
You know,
He's
perhaps.
gonna like eagerly shake Tim's arm and whisper to him,
She might have something interesting.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing, Binky. I was
If
gonna...
Binky is right there, I will also like say it in her mind too. Just so that, but like, yeah, basically anyone that I can currently see at moment is also hearing what I'm saying.
Yes, of course. So,
Okay.
what is it you'd like then?
See, my friend, Thea, does not do so well in the outdoors. If she could have somewhere comfortable to sleep, I would be prepared to offer you a favor. And my favors don't come lightly.
Well, I mean, that sounds wonderful, except, I mean, it's not like I can build a cabin out here.
Yes, but if you could make this area, and I like point to the cart, clean for her, I would appreciate it greatly.
Yeah, well, fair enough. 1 second. Reggie, get the others to clean up the area. Make sure it's nice, spick and span. Use the good soap. You just hear a squeak squeak as he just runs off, and you can see like 100 rats start cleaning the area.
And we will not tell her of that.
Oh, they all take baths frequently.
Yes, Pinky was very insistent to make sure they knew how to clean themselves, soap, water, the whole 9 yards.
Impressive.
Well, I've had them for 80 years now. I've known their great. It goes on for like 10 minutes. Great grandfathers.
As you're saying great, she like starts to doze off.
So, you can a favor. Well, I guess this is your favorite, Tim. So I won't take it even.
Of course, Pinky, please. Go ahead. I can't see anything I would particularly need at the moment, so... And you're very desperate for something, obviously.
He immediately crouches down in front of you, Persody.
And
Can
what
you
can I do for you?
Can you find me something interesting? That can
Fun,
be
interesting.
could be magical, medicinal, a part of some kind, just something.
She thinks for a moment. How heavily obscured is the woods where we are, Storm?
Sorry, what? How heavily obscured?
How heavily obscured is the woods around where we are?
It's a bit. So you managed to hit like more of a little bit of a foresty area for a moment. It's kind of like swapping between plains and forests. There's a bit more of a wood area, and it's okay. Not too foresty, but it's okay.
Okay.
I can take a look around, see if I find anything fun.
Oh, thank you so much.
She'll smile and like start sniffing around, I guess. I'll do a perception check.
If you wanted to use
Or-
herbalism, but I guess that's more of your skill proficiency. You can use your herbalism skill proficiency for this since you have that.
Yeah, there's a bit of a problem though.
Mm.
Oh no.
I damn
typing.
you. Why I
Oh, I know. I'm just saying because you are like.
But using
well, I guess they're
herbalism
both the
kit
same.
is why I asked you how obscured the area is.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I could do that, but
They're both the same, anyways. I suppose. So you can just roll perception.
I will do that.
Okay.
I'm repaying a favor.
As you look around, just kind of you manage to find like within this kind of little nook of a tree, Just some various mushrooms that could be useful for. Seem interesting. Not perhaps something that you would eat yourself and not check over, but they seem safe and able to be
Can I
gathered.
roll like nature or arcana to see what they do? You said not magical, but like or like survival, but that's not as good for me. So like nature preferably, but
For the purposes of this, because I know what Nikki's doing, it was just gonna contribute to like an amount to what she had they had planned.
okay. Okay. Yeah, but I
Uh,
want to know if I know what they do.
the thing is, it's going to be it's just gonna be a generic material, is what I was gonna chalk it up to be.
Okay.
So as you look and gather, are you able to? Do you gather them yourself, or do you get someone? You'd easily be able to tell that they're safe to like gather. Just whether or not
Yeah,
a
then
pursuit actually does it is the different thing.
yeah, yeah, and there's a very specific reason why she's doing it herself. But yeah, she'll take them like with her mouth, and
Okay. You gather
after
them.
you know a couple minutes, she'll come over to you with a mouthful of mushrooms and just drop them at your feet.
Ooh, these are definitely interesting. Oh, thank you so much.
She takes your little face between her hands and rub.
She like tenses and like goes back and bares her teeth for a moment, and then she says in her head, but you also hear it, "No, Thea said I can't bite them."
Is that her first words out loud?
No, it's still in your
No,
head.
she doesn't say them out loud. She just thinks it, but like isn't cognizant enough to make sure Binky doesn't, is sort of the point I'm making.
Oh, okay. Stage whisper.
She's gonna eagerly gather these up.
Thank you so much. And you too, Tim Tim. Thank you.
Yes.
Quickly runs over to the fire.
He'll just turn over towards Priscilla and go, sorry about that. She gets a little excitable.
Not a problem. Our debt is paid.
Of course.
I can go back to sleep now. And she trots off and finds somewhere comfy to sleep.
Okay, so
I'm
Binky, there is 25 gold worth of potion materials in your sheet now as an item. You will need 50 total to be able
Okay.
to. So another 25 gold's worth, and you'll be able to start making something.
Okay. Oh, you already added it to my sheet. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm just gonna give it a little. What were you gonna say, Judah?
What's called Angel was, while they were doing other things, he was sort of getting the entire campgrounds, if you want to call them that, in check. Setting up tents, setting up his own. Oh, does he even sleep in a tent? Yeah, I think so. Point being, helping others set up their own little encampments inside of the 20-foot box that he's already set up previously, with everybody in, as you know, not recognized by it, or recognized by it, I mean. And then he would have probably sequestered himself to cooking as well.
Let's
Just
say
basic things.
Yeah.
It's sort of an aside.
Anything you cooking with specifically?
Well, you see, I like to think that he would have already had some things with him aside from his just rations, but that's not something that we've ever necessarily talked about prior either.
Yeah. Just a few like things that he has gathered.
I like to think, actually, yeah, especially if the area that they're in is good enough, I feel as though, right, He would have actually before this. He would have gone hunting really quickly.
Okay. Roll me a survival check.
So here's the thing about that. I am asking if I could do that check. What's it called? Just to give you an idea of what I'm doing, I'm using my ranger ability to communicate with animals, and specifically, he is calling out in the general area with the request of shelter.
You're using your.
Yeah, I
which-
can link it.
Yeah.
It's right. Let's see. Eek. Why the fuck? How do I? Oh,
It
God.
is
Okay.
linked. Yeah.
Excellent.
Um.
So he's sort of just calling out into the area with a mix of whistles and trills in an effort to call birds for aid.
That part of that
And
ability? Am I blind?
um,
Oh wait, there it is.
specifically,
The middle. Yep.
yeah.
Beast is in to a beast nature. Okay. A few birds flock to you, and you call out for them, and said for safety.
Yes.
Okay.
Every bird that shows up, he shoots down.
In other words,
Okay.
he's making a trap.
Um, roll me. Uh, roll
And
me
so
a
he doesn't.
survival check.
Okay. Oh. I still have my inspiration from last time.
Okay. Now roll me. What?
Oh, no, I was just thinking of using my inspiration since I
Yeah.
didn't use it last time.
Oh, good.
It's not the craziest thing ever. No, I'll stay with the 13.
Okay. Roll me some longbow shots. Roll me 3 of them.
Excellent. A 20, a 20, and a 25.
Okay. So, 5 birds of various different sizes flock to your call. 5 birds shot down.
What Angel will do then is, because it is nighttime. How would I go about this? This is a random question to anybody who knows about the the butchery scene. I don't typically need to bleed out most things before consumption, do I?
Depending, like, you don't necessarily have to. Depends how you're cooking it.
Okay.
Blood soup.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking what Angel might do. Actually, no, I think I've got an idea. After doing that, Angel will reach up to his head and past the sprawl of curly green seaweed-like hair. He grabs one of his antlers, and after a quick flex of his arm, he snaps it off. And will use the sharp tips after thoroughly what's it called? I don't know what the thing. Plucking the feathers. Yeah. After thoroughly plucking each bird, he's just going to roast them slightly of any leftover feathers before he begins to go into actual preparation of the animal.
Okay.
And he's trying to essentially create something of a basic poultry soup.
Roll me a cook's utensils check.
Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna use inspiration literally for cooking.
Hell yeah.
Based.
It's so important. Watch it be in that one though. Do it, universe.
I
You
mean,
won't.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're a little
15.
better.
okay. With that, you make a meal out of the birds that you had chopped down. And it comes out with pretty good, fragrant, very good taste. You've added some herbs and various other things you've collected along the way. A little bit of the surrounding area as well, just to kind of enrich the meal that you've cooked up. Give it a taste. Tastes quite good.
I'd say while he's cooking, though, and Tim's got time to kill, he would take out his chessboard and just kind of look around the camp and, anyway, fancy a game?
Turns out I don't have enough ingredients, so I'll join.
Of course, Binky, as always. Now, what did you want to be, white or red?
Red.
Of course. He gives a little... Okay, so the first thing everybody in the group would notice, and Binky would already know what he's about to do, that there's no pieces. And then he whistles, and a bunch of rats run out wearing hats to represent the pieces.
No.
Oh my!
The chauffeur will shuffle over and sit near them to watch.
The fuffle.
And him
Rat
and
King
Binky...
to A5.
Exactly what's happening, because he can communicate with them to make a move.
Can I just say aren't you using what's it called, the forest gnome?
Yeah,
or are you
able to
halfling? I forget.
Yeah, I'm a forest gnome. I can communicate with small critters in implementing ideas.
So such great usage of the ability to communicate with animals in this party.
He's also been raising these animals for 80 years and purposely breeding them to be far smarter than the average rat.
He is their god and cultivator, yes.
Oh, wait till tonight.
And
so,
This
Binky, I
game,
guess me and you can roll an
normally played
int
with
check
rats?
each to see who wins. But yeah, of course, it saves on pieces.
And is more
Pieces.
animated this way.
Indeed. You see, like, one of the rats take another rat and just does, like, a pretend death scene.
What is the point
Great,
of this
huh?
game?
This is the weirdest game of chess I've ever seen. Entertaining.
Anyways, Nick, I suppose we both rolled int check to see who wins, since neither of us, I think, are proficient with chess.
Is Elissa sitting near the chess game?
She's sitting like not too close because they're rats. Oh my god.
Felicity will like, get up and like sit in her like just hop up and sit in her lap,
Oh, hello. She'll pet.
and she'll just curl up
Felicity.
into a ball and start to sleep.
That is a hell of a good chess game. Those are two high rolls.
Yeah, it's a really good back and forth game, and both set up great openings down into the mid game when it gets a little back and forth. Towards the end, you get to a point where it kind of draws it out because you guys are kind of trying to angle and you're not making any blunders. Great on me for learning some chess terminology before this. From watching all the fucking pog champs from back in the day. But eventually, Tim manages to checkmate Binky and clear the victory by cornering Binky's king with a rook and a knight.
Ah, phooey.
I got you that time, Binky. I mean, to be fair, you still have the edge on me.
Honestly, it's really impressive. I think you're the only person I've actually had had to think a lot with.
Well, I mean, it's always been a game to pass the time.
And you're getting better and better.
Indeed. Well, you keep me on my toes.
She looks
I'd
towards the others.
love to play, but they're rats, so probably not.
I mean, what's that supposed to mean?
Are you ratsist?
Yes.
You keep them in a cage that you travel along with.
That is not a cage.
No.
That is a building in an apostle church and mixed with a cozy living room. I mean, they've got couches and chairs in there with tables.
Okay, I didn't know that they were covered up. I thought it was just a giant cage.
Oh no! Look, it's like it removes the blanket. It's like like it says, like an apartment complex with windows and everything.
Oh, it's like a whole house, a manor.
They are very
So
well
that's how you
behaved
normally
and
play it.
trained properly. They even know how to grow their own fruits and vegetables and have a little farm on the bottom.
Okay, look. I currently have a Prissy in my lab. I don't want to disturb her, so
Oh, of course. Well, I mean, you could just give them the orders.
I guess.
I mean, that's the beautiful thing about them. They'll move themselves.
I hope
Apricity
with
will
the
say
game.
into her and only her mind, I can help you play if you'd like.
She says out loud and then realizes and then thinks back. Wait, so you're going to help me win?
Yes, I think I remember something like this. I'm fairly certain I know the rules.
Oh, sniper.
Is that not kind of cheating?
I'm not sure. I guess it depends on your definition of cheating, does it not?
This feels like cheating. Okay, well, if I get into a bind, I'll consider it. But I want to give it a go.
All right, I believe in you.
Thank you.
Part of me was
Think he
just
will-
hoping, like, Harley would do it, roll a nat 1, and just mix up chess with checkers.
Finky will get up to give Ellie her spot, and when walking by her, will pat her arm and just say,
I hope after this game you will learn to judge not by the creature, but by the person they are.
Head in hand. I'm sorry. Look.
But look, don't apologize to Pinky. He says, look at the rats.
she also gestures at the rats.
I'm sorry, rats of the apartment building. I did not mean to offend. We don't have, like, the nicest ones back at the cathedral when we do see any, and they've
Oh, so just
torn up-
because those rats are bad, all rats are bad. That's not a good way to think.
I feel like that's just the common thing of how.
You realize rats are very lovable, caring creatures, right?
Stop. We're just gonna play the game.
Of course. Okay. Of course. Red or white?
Red.
Very good. I guess we can roll our checks again. Oof. Oh no.
This time, very distracted. Both of you are just making blunders. Unnatural for you, Tim, because you're a little bit more used to playing chess, especially, but Alyssa's still like trying to get to terms of how to play, and especially just instead of moving the pieces, call out the actual coordinates. So she accidentally calls out the wrong coordinates a few times and is like, "Oh no, I'll play it out. It's fine." But you also blunder as well. Um. Uh. Hmm. Considering how the game's going, she's not. Eventually, Tim, you're able to piece out the win, despite the various pieces that had been blundered over the course out of the game.
It's kind of one of those games when there's only like 2 pieces on the board left. And it's like, okay, I win
Yeah.
basically because there's nothing here.
Yeah, it was down to like a lot of the main pieces being sacrificed and blundered, and then you're just like, well, I have a pawn left that's very close to the end, so I just get a queen, and I guess that's it.
Yeah. Jolly good game.
That was
Well-
I. Go ahead.
Allie, it looks like you owe him a favor.
What? When did we discuss owing favors?
That's just what happens with games. That's what the loser has to give
No,
up
that's-
something.
No, that's not how that happens in games.
Sure
You're
it is.
saying, oh, so you're saying, and I'll say it in everyone who's around's head. So you're saying all I have to do is beat this guy at chess, and I'm owed a favor?
Mhm.
Who will move my pieces for me? The president sits up.
Why would does everyone just have to have a go with me?
I don't have thumbs.
It's fine. You should be able to speak into the minds of the rats as well.
Really?
She thinks for a moment. I've not tried that. All
Me
right.
checking.
I mean, I don't know how their
20
thing
minutes.
works.
You got about 20 minutes to figure it out. I'm almost done cooking.
Oh, of course, dinner. Perhaps we should do it after dinner. Freshen up, sort of thing.
And
What
rid me of
favor
my
do I owe
entertainment.
you?
Get going.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It seems like if they understand language, they can
Yeah.
hear me.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
Do
think
his rats
they are-
understand language?
like they understand, like the way I think it's weird, because like basically because he's trained them up. I haven't approved this with Storm
He-
yet, but as opposed to a 2 intelligence, I think they would have a 3 or 4 due to breeding, like a smart dog. So they probably could understand basic commands
Language,
and comment.
yeah.
Yeah, like very very
They-
basic.
So in order for the way this works is, I don't have to share a language with them. They just have to be able to understand a language.
And they understand what has been taught to them by Tim. So yeah, you can just communicate straight with the rats. Not any
Alright.
other mainly because these ones have been trained by Tim.
Because of
Either
his
that, or you
ability.
can ask Angel to translate.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Angel and Tim can just literally talk to these rats when they fucking feel like it.
That
Um,
is so precious to me.
Okay. You both can roll your intelligence checks.
Woo.
What favor do I owe you, by the way?
We'll discuss it later. 1 second, I'm in the middle of this.
Okay.
Oh no. Ah, you distracted me!
Use your inspiration for a stupid game. You won't do it.
Blame me.
I feel what happened is
Question.
Tim made that classic mistake where you're checkmate in the first 3 moves.
Yeah.
Come on, Heath. You have to use your inspiration for an
I
unintelligent
think-
game.
I think there's a chance that Tim just would like completely underestimate Apricity because she's a fox. And he's
Mhm.
like, there's no way this fox beats me, and just like
And then-
loses super quick.
Mhm.
She just
After she
scholars mates you.
Yeah.
After she just a moment ago was, hello, mortal.
Well, I guess that was a loss. A good game.
You owe her a favor now.
Mm-hmm.
And I will bank that favor if you don't mind, Tim Tim.
What's the favor?
I will bank it.
Oh, of course. I'll bank yours as well, by the way.
Great.
Actually, you know what? You know what will work great? My favor will be her favor transferred to you.
What?
You owe her favor now, as opposed to me.
Looks over at Apricity.
She just looks back, tilts her head a little bit.
Oh, this is much better.
Actually, I think I'm more comfortable with this. Maybe. I don't know anymore. I'm kind of concerned.
You should be.
Concerned or happy about it? Well, she just looks at Apricity. Well, that should be okay.
If it makes you feel any better, there are like 3 things I care about, so.
Food, sleep,
And
pets?
us. Oh.
That?
You got at least one right.
It's us!
It's not them.
Right. Okay. Oh, I won't pry.
Resting, my god, and Thea.
Oh. Okay.
It's a short list.
Very short. Right, well, I guess I'm more comfortable with, those options. Shouldn't be too much involved with those. That cooking does smell nice, Angel.
Thank you. Been doing it for a long time.
Little concerned about the way you did that. It seemed like you called the birds over and then just savagely shot them down.
Is there a more refined way to shoot things down? Sure.
No.
I mean,
But
you've
it
heard
just
of
seems like you called them over for slaughter.
And I made the death quick. If you ask me, I was rather merciful.
Okay, I guess
That
that's
sounds
true.
like a psychopath.
Yeah, something like that. And he starts doling out bowls.
I suppose it's not much different than using a bird calling whistle thing.
I guess.
Pishin? Yeah, I can do pishin, but this yields more results.
Alright, well. Dig in, I guess.
Yeah, we dig in and start eating.
Does he make Shathur a bowl?
Yeah.
He kind of like looks confused as he takes it from you. I don't need to eat.
Need and want are 2 completely different things.
How does this food smell?
Pretty good.
All
All
right.
intents and purposes, yeah. If not a little spicy.
It's just jambalaya.
Leaning.
Well, he will dig in, but it does start steaming out of his mouth again as soon as it touches his tongue.
As you all consume dinner, you all are able to roll a d4 worth of temporary hit points for the next day.
Yippee!
Woo. Even if I'm only picking out the meat and leaving everything else.
Yes.
Woo, a good
Okay,
old 1
cool.
tip HP.
It's also
Yeah,
it's for the
Felicity-
next day. It's not even for the collapse.
Well, it lasts
Yeah.
for 24 hours, essentially, so...
Apricity, when Angel hands her a bowl, she stares at him until he drops it somewhere in front of her. Just like blankly stares at him.
Saw that.
What you thinking about?
I don't know how I'm going to take a bowl from you with no hands.
Oh, I've got it. And like you just see the ball float over.
He's lifted from Angel's hand.
Yeah, exactly.
We got telepathy and basically telekinesis.
Oh, by the way, I was thinking that, when we were in that little fight with the books there, Apricity,
Yeah.
Yes.
if you get in a situation where you're in trouble, I don't suppose you'd like a bit of a hand with that.
My safety in combat is usually a secondary concern.
Yeah, very good. But I was just wondering if you wanted, like, I don't know, that sort of height advantage sort of thing. 'Cause you look like you're, what, 9-10 pounds?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
DM, how much do you think I weigh as a fox?
No more than 10 pounds, definitely.
In-game chat that said thanks for the
I do
Oh,
not
but-
think I am more than 10 pounds.
Well, if you'd like, I could lift you in the air and make you like a fighter fox.
Oh, that
Yeah.
is appealing.
Not to
Can't believe
mention,
she
like,
just
how
went straight
terrifying
flight.
would it be to an enemy line that they see a flying fox coming at them?
I can make my claws turn into ice, too. I could make a wonderful projectile weapon.
Just toss the fox like a bullet.
I am quite nimble.
But fantastic.
Yes.
Perhaps in the right situation applies.
If a situation should come up, yes. I generally prefer in combat to stay close to Thea to keep her safe, but
Oh, but of course.
She like bares her teeth that looks like more threatening than a smile. But you're sure she had good intentions.
And as we finish up eating, you will just see Reggie, and the only person that would understand what he's saying, I guess, would be Angel, since he also speaks rodent in this sense.
Mhm.
As you would hear Reggie,
DM,
Mm.
do I understand the rat?
I guess if you link
But
to its
actually-
mind, yes.
Well, look at my languages.
That's not interesting. Because.
I don't think that applies to the language you're thinking of.
Okay.
Right, so
Yeah.
in your case, Angel, you would just hear Reggie basically say to, "Oh, by the way, tonight, boss." He's like, "Oh, of course, yes. It is about that time. Which ones happened? Oh, Carol. Oh, Edwin. Okay, yes, and Bobby. Okay, yes, we'll take care of that tonight."
Angel smiles to himself.
Are those the rats getting shot out the back?
No, this is different. You gotta remember,
Okay.
man, a rat only lives 2 years.
Yeah.
Angel will call out to Tim, and he'll just say, "They any good at washing dishes?"
Oh, of course. Reggie, get the others together. They could do the dishwashing, and of course, any crumbs are theirs to eat as they will. And basically, you just see like a piranha swarm go over the plate and come off clean.
I don't know if I enjoyed eating out of that bowl anymore.
What did we just talk about, Ellie?
That wasn't. That wasn't with water. That was just with their
Well, no,
tongues and.
They used the soap as well when they were done. They just started with the tongue.
Oh,
Rats are insanely clean creatures.
Indeed. They're actually very good at grooming and pruning themselves. It's a bit of a myth that they're actually dirty.
it wasn't that. It was, even if a human did it, still would be
Oh,
concerned.
that's
if they used it.
disgusting. Do you know what humans' mouths have been?
What an alarming
She looks like
human
sh-
that is.
She looks like she's contemplating something.
Persidy said that
Her life
in,
choices.
Persidy said that in everyone's mind, but like not fully realizing.
Wait, what? I didn't hear.
What an alarming human.
It just occurred to me. Angel, in the alarm that Angel made, he would have had to account for every single rat as
Yeah,
well.
300 rats, yep.
I don't know if he would have.
Well, to be fair, the
Done
alarm
that.
spell you also have to include sizes, right? Because otherwise a beetle
right.
would set the
Yeah,
goddamn thing
that's
off,
correct.
right?
That is correct.
Like you wouldn't set it for something rat size, because things are going to be crawling around in the woods. It would never stop going off.
It specifies an alarm alerts you whenever a tiny or larger creature touches or enters the warded area.
Yeah, but you can set it up to like, okay, but you can, like, the parameters are up to you to decide, right?
Oh.
So you would say,
okay.
I
You
would
can
only
omit-
medium creatures. You could omit tiny because otherwise it'd be useless.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so funny though.
Well, if there isn't anything else, you can all bed down for the evening. I assume people take watches anyways, but there won't be anything happening. So
Yeah, well, we take watches because, an alarm spell's great, but arrows don't count.
yeah, but nothing will be happening at the night because you guys are on the main road that is very safe. So
I
you
suppose
can just-
I suppose we'd split up with watches. Who goes with who?
Can I take watch for all of the night? As
you
long
can
as I
take
don't
watch
move?
for 2 periods.
Yeah, because you got to shut down for 6 hours.
It just says I have to go like immobile.
Yeah, that is true. But your perceptions are at disadvantage because you can't turn and move your head. Right?
But I still could.
In an inactive, motionless state, you can pin it, but doesn't render you un. Yes, so you can do that throughout the entire room, but it's not. It's still at disadvantage.
That's fine.
Another thing that would happen,
I just
though.
need to be aware of Binky.
The
It
other...
just helps.
I just need to be aware of Binky.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair. I'd say one other thing for fun is if Storm allows it, everyone would have one rat companion to help them take watch.
I'm not gonna let that contribute to watches.
They would just roll a d20. Rats don't have it fair. But yes, so who's going with who, I guess, is fair to start with.
Persidy is going to try and get out of watches.
I mean, that's fair. You're probably already asleep.
Feigning sleep, at least.
Yeah, she's 100% faking it, and unless anyone protests or like asks her to, yeah, she's not.
Well, there's only 4 people here taking watches then, or 5 count the NPC.
Angel will specifically ask Apricity. Actually, specifically under the context that he would be able to tell that she's trying to avoid watches. So I can do an insight for that. I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah.
You can, yeah.
Roll insight versus deception.
I just imagine Apricity's doing the like a very fake snore.
She
She's giving a
seems
honk shoe, even though she's more of a honk me person.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
she seems very obviously trying to get out of taking a.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Angel will just clear his throat, and we'll get close, but not too close, and we'll just say, "Apricity, I know you're awake."
Oh, hells.
Hmm.
Yes, strange mortal.
How about you and I take first watch? That way you can get back to sleep immediately after, throughout the rest of the night.
All
Well.
right, but don't expect me to do anything impressive tomorrow.
You bet.
You're free to RP if you wish.
I
Yeah.
can stay awake for all of the night in some sort of way.
You get to eavesdrop on everyone.
Indeed.
Exactly.
You're basically pulling a Tim Tim.
I guess.
Not
But
if
he's
it
honest about it, okay?
can't eavesdrop
He's
on
just
Apricity.
announcing that.
Yeah, that's true. You can't
True.
eavesdrop on a. That is true.
True, true. Unless she forgets.
Unless she Fergor, yes. I mean, honestly, I don't think. Actually, no. I guess really just once. I think he would spend a little bit of the night once everybody has gone off to bed. He will then take his other antler and with two good, maybe three yanks, he breaks off the other one. And actually, yeah. As a little thing, I think he will throw it into the fire, and the immediate area will begin to smell of things like nutmeg. And other herbs. Generally sweet, pleasant. And he will just turn to Apricity and say, "Don't mean to be rude, but what are you?"
A fox, if that's not evident.
Yeah, but not every fox is as impressive as you are, so I'm beginning to wonder if that's all you are.
You tell me what you are, and I'll consider answering your question earnestly.
What a genasi.
Fair is fair. I am a kitsune.
DM question. Do I know what kitsune are?
Roll me a nature check.
Excellent. 17?
You know, kitsune are generally humanoid-ish fae-like creatures. You know, a lot of them tend to be created by Yukitsune from various means. Generally, she kind of gives them a semblance of her own kind of power in a way, and it awakens a fox to become a kitsune, and kind of extends their lives, gives them a myriad of power. And That's
Like,
generally how they come to being.
now
They
explain it to me
can.
again, but like I'm a 5-year-old because I think I understood every and none of that at the same time.
Created by Yukitsune. Half humanoid, half fae.
Kitsune are created by you, Kitsune.
Yes, the
Yes.
god.
Oh, okay. And so every Kitsune is descendant from.
In
You
a
said
sense,
God?
yeah. From a demigod, from Yukitsune, yes.
Oh, okay, okay. Part of the pantheon, I'm assuming.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Surprising. Not that that's your origin, of course, but never really thought I'd meet the day.
I don't think I'm that surprising at all. I'm a fox that wields snow powers. It is not a hard stretch.
You and I have very different definitions of what a hard stretch is. But as far as magical animals are concerned, I guess you got me there. So, you would be considered Fae.
In part, yes.
That explains why I had the question about you instead of just knowing immediately. I'm trying to remember if this is in character knowledge or out character knowledge, but Angel would just sort of go with the cursory ask of you. Oh goddamn, that's gonna be really hard because any conversation that I had to be a part of, you, I may not have been actually tuned into it. Does
It's okay if it's
Angel?
something that you should know.
Yeah,
I can
yeah. Just
clarify if you're not sure.
let me. Yeah. Thank you. He would just say. So about that frozen island.
I don't
Oh,
think you know that in character. Um,
okay. Oh, I guess then that would become I guess a DM question. Do I generally know are kitsune sort of all over the place, or do they have a more centralized spot?
Generally, colder locations.
Meaning all kitsune are generally ice wielders, or
No, generally they tend to be created in colder climates, just because Yukatsune is the demigoddess of frost.
um,
But they can like she has awakened basic like non-snow foxes and stuff before. It's a lot rarer, but she has done it.
okay. Then I think you would follow up the question with, so where are you from?
From is such a interesting word, isn't it? Where I was born was not where I lived, and where I live now can be up for interpretation.
she bares her
So you're
teeth a
one of
little
them.
bit.
So you're one of the more Riddler type of Fae, huh?
Well, I did make your friend appear to have grown as a fun trick.
It was an
The
impressive
first day we
trick.
met.
I'm hoping one day I can get good at illusion magic, but I don't think that's coming anytime soon. If it was an illusion.
Yes, I can conjure an illusion every so often. It takes a lot out of me, though. It is why I'm often tired.
That's the only reason.
Yes.
And when you and Thea met, how long ago was that?
About 3 years.
Ah, fast friends, or is it some other circumstance?
Roll me persuasion. Let's say if you can be like a 13, she'll be a little more honest. A little more cryptic for anything below a 13.
No, that's fair. I would be a little bit tight-tongued, tight-lipped around a man with a deer mask. 15.
The circumstances of our friendship at first were out of necessity. Um, I was perhaps a helpless soul that she wished to aid, benevolent as she is, and then we became friends outside of that.
She seems like good people.
One of the best.
And thus, it resulted in the both of you coming here under directions of, well, assuming you were like Tim and I, assuming that he told the truth, a god.
Yes, my creator.
Um, you Kitsune, right?
Correct.
You know, Jada, just to correct you, because you probably misremembered. Tim never said he was there from a god.
No,
Binky did
I'm
it.
No,
right. No, yeah, it was Binky. It was
it was
Binky.
Binky. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Then he would have said that, minus the could have been lying about that part because he doesn't really think that she has it in her.
How dare.
That's his first impression. He's pretty self-assured. So until proven otherwise, but he he kind of nods along with the information at first, sort of digesting it. You know,
Oh, sorry.
you fine. I'm
I thought
curious.
Yes?
What do you think about everybody here?
That would imply that I've given anybody here a second thought.
Suppose it's hard to think when you're sleeping so much.
It's easy to not think when you do not care. I am here at the behest of my god, and I am polite at behest of Thea.
Guess we're something of a kindred soul then. I am roughly the same. I typically go it alone, but this was necessary.
It doesn't surprise me. You seem like the lone wolf type.
He smiles and nods at that. Not that I have anything against people, but I try to be agreeable. Whether my efforts to do so, well, that can be a bit mixed. But
You seem
seeing as everybody
enough.
here, sorry, go ahead.
I said, sorry. I said, you seem agreeable enough.
I appreciate that. But it's a lot easier to be agreeable in the company of good people. I look forward to traveling with a lot of you, and hopefully the feeling's mutual. I know I scared a couple, maybe, with my hunting tactics. It's not for the faint of heart, but we all gotta eat.
I do not know if this helps or hurts or if it even matters to you. But you did not alarm me with your trickery.
He does a slow nod at that. Um, well, that does mean a lot. You don't learn a certain type of skill set uh, without turning a couple heads at the same time. So I'll keep that in mind. But thank you for entertaining me. It gets, for lack of a better word, boring out here.
I had nothing better to do. I was here against my will.
Yeah, well, keep on entertaining me, and there's going to be plenty more nights just like this.
I am just a clown in a hat.
A furry white hat. That the only costume you've got?
Wouldn't you like to know?
His smile widens, and those sharp teeth kind of have a certain glimmer in the firelight. And he closes his mouth and nods to that before he will turn his head to look out in the surrounding area. And from the sides of his head, even though it had been maybe an hour or so for the first one, and then a couple of minutes for the other, there already seems to be velvet growing in those areas. And yeah, they'll just carry on his watch. Time to completely bomb it with some trash perception checks. Are we ready, Carly?
Well, you guys don't need to make any.
Yeah, he already told us nothing was happening.
Nothing's happening.
I know what.
Yeah,
The road
we'll,
is-
we'll,
You
You
we'll
roll if you want.
I just want to see. Okay.
No, we're killing it.
Not bad at all.
Every single mouse up to some shenanigans Angel sees.
Joke's on you, it was a dragon. I lied.
No.
Oh, right, of course.
Is the dragon DTF asking for a friend?
Yeah.
That friend is me.
In
There's
any
a lot of
case.
friends actually at this table who are interested.
Who would take the next watch?
Tim probably would, since I think he might be the only one here with dark vision.
Nope, I am here too.
Oh, dude, I didn't know. I didn't know Genasi had dark vision.
I'm special.
Okay, well, it's not your Genasi thing; it's something else. But fair.
I think Genasi should have.
They
dark
don't,
vision.
because
No,
I know for a fact
No,
Lion
No,
didn't have
I
dark.
changed it.
Oh.
I changed it. It's in my
Oh.
rules.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I
That's
found
the
it
special
stupid that Genasi are like, yeah, we're in the ocean. Yeah, we can't see in the depths of the fucking ocean.
I suppose it depends on the type of Genasi.
I know
Yeah.
Fire Genasi do, but yeah. No, that's fair. I think all of them find themselves in areas that would probably require some dark vision.
Yeah, because the
instead of
Earth
lightless
ones,
caves.
the Earth
things like
ones
that.
also don't have dark vision, and that just makes no fucking sense to me.
I think it's because they don't generally live in the Earth planes, because they're human. The half-human side is the thing, right?
Yes, but like I feel like the like where the general
You know what? I bet you they just
home-
there's too many creatures with dark vision, so they just decided Genasi don't.
Yeah.
I bet you that is as far as the line of thought went.
Be right back.
Oh yeah, see it. Because I still don't know why the fuck Dragonborn don't, but that's off topic.
yeah.
Anyways, Tim's taking second watch. Anyone taking watch with him?
Binky would if he wakes her, otherwise she'd be sleeping all the way through.
Would
Jesus
Binky
Christ.
want to be involved with what he has planned with the rats? Is the question.
She always wants to be involved.
Yeah, he'd wake her up for this then. Binky?
Huh?
Sorry, it's just you usually want to be here for the ceremony for the passing. The funeral rites are about to
She
take place.
sits up.
Yes, of course.
She'll sit up so abruptly it almost bonks heads.
Yes, Binky is okay. You know what? Let's roll dex checks to see if we do bonk hits, because I think that'd just be funny.
Also, I assume I'm seeing all this, right, Storm?
Yeah.
Bonk hits.
Cool.
I assume you're positioned where you. I don't know where you would be positioned where you'd, because you can't turn after.
Yeah.
What watch would you take where you are actually active?
Probably the last watch.
Last one. Okay.
In any case, for the sake, Binky, Tim and Binky would get out of the tent. Okay, Reggie, we take a watch, but we'll take care of the ceremony. We did have the passings this month, and you know the rites and all that. Anyways, and I guess ironically, the only person awake to see this would be Sheffy here, just there, as he would look over and see Binky or Tim and Binky would approach the wagon. I don't know what this is a funeral for Binky's sake, so I don't know how Binky reacts.
Her lip is already wobbling.
But Tim and Binky wander up to the little rat hotel. He puts down he would put down Reggie with his little Pope hat, and you see like at the little area, but like all the rats have gathered around this one place, and you see like 3 little coffins with 3 little rats in them. And then, and I'll spend the spell because, you know, I will. You would see Tim all of a sudden looks like a giant 4 foot tall glowing rat.
He's used to this.
Yeah. Glowing as the rats kind of look up at him and squeaking, and Tim does a bunch of little squeaks and does like a little speech to all the rat people, which Binky would be aware of, and he's basically saying it like, "Oh, these were rats of good with Bobby and Betty and right going on about all the things." It's like, and it's like dust to dust, life to life. May the rat's soul continue forward, and then he spends a second spell. And he spends a spell of silent image, and above the rat coffins, you would see like little floating rat spirits floating off into the sky.
Binky puts her hands together in prayer.
And then, because they're rats, when they're done, he basically says the equivalents of amen and bon appetit as the rats take out little forks and eat the dead.
That is so fucked up.
Rats eat the dead rats. This is what rats do. But in his miraculous way of making it religious, he says that they believe that eating the flesh of the rat is a way for the rat to live on and eat rat.
You know, I remember their first birthdays.
Yes.
Wipes her tear.
It's always sad when they pass. But the new litter's all ready, so they'll be growing up in no time.
Oh, can I name these ones?
Of course.
Yay! Wow, they're really going at it.
Yes. Jesus fuck, I like that. I don't know what you were referring to, Nikki. There's 2 things that could be happening when you say that.
Cannibalism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that was the
am
because I mentioned babies. Like, oh, they're really going at it.
In my head, I just like imagine Binky looking at the apartment complex rat building, her eye just pressed up against the window of like a rat bedroom, and they're just fucking in there.
I had the same thought, to be honest, when she said that. I'm like, I don't know if they meant the cannibalism or the fucking.
I wish you would.
Yeah, I know. That's why it was making me think that way.
Well, that's funeral number what for the month?
Yeah, I mean, we do one a month on the general, so.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it'd be kind of busy. I mean, 2 years, the lifespan, unfortunately, on the average.
Hmm. Oh, wow, they're stronger than they look. Do you see you just ripped the arm off in just one go? Holy
Yeah,
cow.
I mean, they've been training for it. I mean, I heard they like to fight over the tail. Apparently, it's delicious.
Hmm. I kind of want to try now. Probably not when it's been dead for a while.
Yeah, well, we'll see about what happens if we get one closer to the actual proper time. We can discuss it with them. I mean, they all think of you as a wonderful add-on to the family, Binky.
Well,
She hops on down from the car and takes a seat.
Yeah, okay. Well, in any case. By the way, Binky, what do you think of everyone we've been traveling with?
I was about to ask you the same thing. Are you reading my mind?
Always.
What am I thinking about right now?
He looks over at Binky. You're thinking, what am I thinking about everyone here?
I don't know how you do it. Wow. Every day I'm just more and more amazed by ya.
Thank you, God. That's just the fucking Ricky Austin White Fox Titan. Fake rad god.
Well, to answer your question, well, for starters, I like Cece. She's really cute and really fluffy, and I just want to squeeze her little face. She's just...
Yeah, don't forget, she's a sentient talking creature. Permission first, Binky.
Right. I gotta keep that in mind. That's important. I guess Fifi is pretty... She doesn't really talk too much, so I can't say too much about her yet, but she seems pretty nice, and I mean, if she's carrying around a talking fox with her, how bad could she be?
Yeah, I'm quite curious. I'm very curious to see what her clothing design looks like. I think she could do wonders for my accompaniment.
Yeah, I'm so curious to see what other new disguises you could do with her help.
Indeed,
And I guess with Blue, I think he has some psychopathic tendencies, but I mean, who doesn't these days? Otherwise, he's pretty nice. He
yes.
cooks good food.
Yeah, indeed. Seems to be quite capable chap.
And then Shaft,
And she looks towards the towards Shathur.
Shathur just shudders in intentional.
I think he's the most interesting of them all.
Binky put down the wrench.
I wouldn't while he's asleep. I'm not a monster. When he's awake, though.
Well, in any case, yes, I think we have a very lively companionship.
Yeah, I hope none of them die today.
Well, considering the day's over, that would be pretty drastic.
Well, okay, technically the next day.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm pretty sure they'll be fine. I mean, they all look competent. I mean, to be fair, though, we might want to keep an eye on the little priestess. She's giving me weird flags that I just feel like...
Yeah, I mean, honestly, to be fair, she has been, technically in one place for like a long time. She's not aware of the world and, what's appropriate and what's not. So she's still dealing with her ignorance,
Yes, we should keep an eye on her. Just don't want her to bumble into anything sort of dangerous.
Yes, and we'll have to make sure that we teach her that, her way of thinking it's outdated.
Yes, I mean, nobody wants to be a racist.
And I guess, what do you, any extra thoughts you have about people in the party?
Well, I think competence-wise, they should be good. The only thing I would be... Race with Jedi War Forge. good ones. uh, I'd say for the most part everyone seems very capable, though I have to say Shatter is a bit hasn't been saying much lately. A bit standoffish, I suppose. But seems like a good fellow.
Mhm.
And obviously Angel has his own little quirks as well. I mean, actually, I think calling the birds in with the speech was very clever. I don't know why everyone was so upset about it. I mean, makes sense. It's just hunting.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, it's sort of like, I guess, sending a message to your friend and being like, hey, come over, I got something really cool. And your friend walks through the door and you just stab him in the gut.
Yes, Binky, but I think it's more like, a hunter using a duck call and the duck comes over.
Or that.
I mean, it's not like he knew the birds, Binky. If he tried it with Reggie and the others, I'd have his skin, but, random animals, fine.
I don't know. I think, random animals have their importance too.
Of
Plus,
course.
yes, we have our own personal connections to the rats, of course, but the other animals, just because we don't know them, doesn't mean they don't have people important to them, or they are important to people.
Of course, Binky, but don't forget Circle of Life and all that.
Oh, yeah, no, of course.
And besides, I mean, we don't judge the rats for their little grub farm at the bottom of the hotel.
Well, I mean, it's already dead, so it's not really...
No, the ones they raise and breed to eat, Binky. Like cattle.
Oh, yeah.
Teaching...
I don't know, doesn't... Okay.
Teaching them agriculture might have been the best idea we've ever had.
Yeah. We gotta teach them more.
Yes.
What if we... if we come across any abandoned towns, what if we set a little bundle of them there so they can breed and multiply and maybe have their own town that we can visit on vacation?
So, oddly enough, Binky wouldn't know this, but Tim Tim has been doing that for the last 80 years.
Oh
Except
my God.
replace abandoned town with active town. Every time the population gets too big, he takes half the population and goes, it is time for you to grow and evolve on your own, my children, and moves on.
Same wavelength.
Yeah, but Binky wouldn't know that because, that's only when he's in other towns.
She came up with that on her own.
I know. Which is what I came up with on my own, too, so that's hilarious. Yes, but funny you should say that, Binky. Actually, I've been doing that for quite a few decades.
Oh, would you look at that on the same wavelength?
As always.
Honestly, I'm starting to wonder if, in another lifetime, we must have been siblings.
I highly doubt it.
You think?
Well, I mean, we are different species for starters, Binky. But
Bestest friends.
bestest friends, yes. Bestest friends. Mm-hmm. Yes, you're right.
Smiles to herself.
I'm glad I'll always have you around as my closest friend.
Yep. Mm-hmm. In any case, I suppose we should finish our watch here, and I suppose the Shatter's the next one to go on his watch.
Oh, that's right. Here, I'll go wake him up, just so we can get him better.
As
fighting.
soon as he says that, he just stands up. He's like, I've got it.
Oh, right.
Wait, I guess Storm with Binky's knowledge of Warforged, would she know that he probably was aware of what's going on around him?
Roll me a Arcana.
Arcana. If it will roll.
Yes.
What did I
It
roll?
did
It's not
roll.
showing
Arcana.
me.
22.
I don't see nothing.
It came over 22.
I might have
Oh.
I
You
lost
have lost
connection.
connection to the server.
Yeah, Storm's
Oh.
you're lagging. You
Yeah.
sound robotic.
I'm lagging.
Oh, there we
Hello?
go.
Is it working?
Now you're a little better.
Okay.
Oh, no,
I
you're bad again.
I spiked for a moment. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
11. Probably
It was 22 on the screen.
weird. It says 11 on Nikki's screen. That is one
It's
weird
11.
glitch.
What did it show on yours?
He said 22 on his screen, but it's 11 on
22.
yours, so it's weird
Oh,
that.
I guess it's 22.
No, no, no. The less you know about me, the better.
What do you mean?
I just want to be your friend.
You want me your friend? Oh, okay, so it is 22.
I see 11. I only see one roll.
Storm posted in Discord.
Keep
The screen.
spiking
This
and going up and down.
game
Why is
died.
my internet
Tragic.
having a shit?
Holding a funeral.
Yeah,
right
my
now.
internet is deciding to having a terrible time.
Maybe we
It's-
finish up like the rest.
Yeah,
and-
we'll probably wrap up here anyways. We'll finish off the last bit of which she probably don't need to be in the game. Alyssa was gonna take the last watch with Shatha. I was curious. She has the symbol of Vindra, obviously on her, correct? Then they.
Yeah.
Jesus.
As like a centerpiece on his shield.
I don't see much of your of Warford generally be religious, so I was curious how that came to be.
I guess she showed up and said I looked interesting. Is that not how it normally goes?
You know, that sounds on track for Vindra, so I suppose so for in that case. Okay.
Is that not how
Was
it goes normally?
No, generally, a lot of people don't get visits from the demigods themselves. I figured that is probably the case considering your unique circumstances. But
I mean, I'd been worshipping her for a little bit from what I can remember.
oh, so she visited you before or after?
Oh, no, no, no. I just, before we got to work. I mean, more the god of the forge, but she was there too.
Okay. Was there a particular reason why you left?
Had to get out. I've been asleep for, what, 30 years? Don't even know how long. Wasn't gonna stay cooped up in there after I gained sentience.
Okay. But that's fair. Did you have any questions? I don't know if you came to the cathedral. Didn't exactly I don't know if you had anything that you proposed. Perhaps I could do my best, considering maybe religion is quite new to you. Seem to be
Mhm.
discovering a lot of things.
Yeah. It's nice. How did you end up here? Or at the cathedral?
Well, my parents suggested that I should visit the cathedral, considering the talents for healing, I suppose. Um, it was a lot to be accustomed to at first. They have a way of doing not quite what I'm used to. Um,
What does that mean?
there was, well, they're very meticulous, and their views on like um romance, love, all that's very, very different. Um, considering, well, it is the made after the omen of chastity. A lot of sense. Probably why the manor has, uh, jeez, that's probably why the manor had as many escapades did long ago. But
Had as many what? Sorry, you cut out.
escapades.
Ah.
There's a bit of history to that place that we're all heading to. And Tim was right. It used to be a getaway for those who weren't accustomed to abandoning their yearning for perhaps love and otherworldly affection, I suppose.
Good for them.
Yeah. I think I'm still trying to figure things out. I do really like helping people, but I just don't know if I want to do so at the cost of my own aspirations of other things.
Why not do both?
I probably have to leave the cathedral.
So, you've learned everything you
But-
need to from there.
Not everything, but I've learned a lot.
Come back if
I
you ever
considered it.
want to learn more, but no reason you should stay cooped up in there forever. Not gonna grow any other way.
That is very true. That is what I've been trying to get at, and I guess and just go on my own pilgrimage for a while, even if it was to Empress Court. Just a little taste of that. And if I'll be able to handle myself in such a situation.
You seem competent.
But-
I'm sure you'll do great.
Thank you.
Don't let whatever
You-
they said earlier about you and that other prodigy. Like, if he could roll his eyes, he would. He like does a little head shake.
Oh,
You're
thanks.
you're clearly just as competent, and you're taking steps to figure yourself out. That's admirable.
Yeah. Someone else. Them.
I didn't catch that. I'm sorry. You're very laggy.
You have a lot of wisdom.
Oh no.
I'm dying.
I'm sorry.
So you see, Shathor has this effect where anybody that they're nearby also becomes a robot forcibly.
You become a robot, my accent slips into Irish, we all have a bad time.
Chauffeur, no.
Is the slip intentional?
No, it's trying to be a slight Scottish.
Ah, you're so Jericho pilled, unfortunately, that it just can't help but turn into Irish. I'm so sorry.
Cries. He shrugs.
Hello.
Hell, you're still a little laggy, but it's fine. Oh, I guess it's not fine.
Left.
You know, you could always do what I did with Jericho, and one of my main things that I used to study the accent was, believe it or not, Moira. And
No.
Hazard exists currently as the new character.
Torbjorn
so
also
I might be able
exists.
to-
I
That
suppose-
man is not a reference.
I suppose one thing they could do is check to see whether it's his computer or their internet. Maybe Crystal's is better.
True. I think it's more connection though.
Probably, but you never know.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's a combination.
True.
My Discord thing keeps flashing yellow, so it might be connection.
Mine's pure green.
Mine is also yellow. Actually, I've got 208. Well, then again, he's the one who made the server, so the server of this might be in Australia, basically.
Yeah.
Mm.
Could be. Today was a fun session. We all got to learn a little bit about each other's characters.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
To my hotspot for a moment, but doing so just to, I guess, finish off the game here. Good time, anyways. It's been 3 hours.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
Was there anything else Shatha wanted to say? I suppose.
He just shrugs. Been trying to absorb as much of the world as I can.
That's good. It's good to absorb the knowledge you can. Just kind of learn everything.
He nods.
Hopefully this little, I guess, dealing with the cultists might give us some more insights on things. And it's rather strange.
What sort of things do you think that'll be?
I'm just curious in what they're doing, how they're doing it.
Constructing golems?
Yes, and kind of changing the area around.
Terraforming's not too hard if you have a little bit of magic. Even I can do some of it.
Well, I guess we'll learn more once we get there. Still trying to grasp my head around what exactly everything looks like.
We'll figure it
so-
out in time.
She nods. If there's nothing else, I guess we can end it there.
Other than the fact that when they wake up, Angel's antlers have fully grown back.
Okay.
Yeah, hardly
Good
the
for
weirdest
him.
thing we've seen. Just fucking.
Why did Tim nut? Why did he do that?
He stretched. So,
Sure.
Also, were there rats with everyone during their shifts, or was that idea abandoned?
I think the rats were there. They just weren't taking watches.
They're doing rat stuff. Their nighttime is their chance where they get to behave like regular rats, sort of, kind of.
I mean, they just had an entire religious ceremony, so they're probably having a wake right now.
Mhm.
You just see a bunch of drunk rats as they like get one giant grape and just fucking make a wine out of it.
I
Oh
love
wow.
that.
Good for them.
That the end of the game then?
I think so.
Yeah. As the morning comes around and everyone wakes up.
Woo!
Oh, thank
Excellent.
you for the session, Storm.